if there's a moment that Arsenal need to take action, it is right now. Because what Arteta is doing to Arsenal and the Arsenal fans is not cool. My friend are losing their heads, They are telling me their pressure is up, Everything about an Arsenal fan in these past two matches, they are not in a good place. And if there's a moment that Arsenal board is serious, this is the moment. Sack this guy now because Arsenal is not heading anywhere. They are not heading anywhere. They are not picking. They are not developing. In fact, the only thing that Arsenal are developing is the dead ball situations. Bring in Tony Pulis, bring in Sam Allardyce. These are guys who are experienced in this kind of football. And I believe they'll prosper because that is what Arsenal is doing. This is not the Arsenal, the Wenger Arsenal we used to know. Even Unai Emery used to play better when he was an Arsenal's coach. The team was playing better, only that the results were not coming. And Arsenal so far, this guy has to go. This guy has to go. And the Arsenal fans are the ones who are saying this. I am talking on behalf of my Arsenal fans who cannot express this publicly because they know the ire of their bloody loudmouth fans all over the world. I am not scared to say this because, hey, we beat Arsenal yesterday. We beat them with 10 men, almost 12 men Arsenal because the referee was basically their best player. And I am not mincing my words. If Arsenal has to go anywhere, this is the moment that they need to sack Mikel Arteta. This guy has peaked. This guy has reached his ceiling. He cannot break it. He cannot go beyond it. Take it to the bank. Arteta is not giving Arsenal any progress at the moment. He had the chance to bring in strikers. He had the chance to bring in players who can put the ball at the back of the net. But what did he do? He brought in Merino. He brought in Sterling. He brought in Calafiori. He brought in Timber. These are defenders. These are midfield players who don't have attack in their mind. The only player that can attack in that group is Sterling, who's never been given a chance anyway. Yesterday he was better than most of their forward. He was better than Martinelli. He was better than Odegaard. He was the best player yesterday. Bar the referee. Welcome to the channel. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. I rarely tell you to subscribe, but this is the moment. You need to take a minute and consider subscribing. Anyway, let's move on. Why do I want Arteta sacked? Why do we want Arteta sacked? As Manchester United fans, we want him sacked because he's had a very good record against Manchester United. He's been doing so well until this last game that we beat them. They have been beating Manchester United left, right, and center. The very first game that we played this season, they beat us with corners. Corners. Just imagine. Arsenal of old will have placed that ball on the ground. They'll let the ball roll. They'll let the ball play. They will have tired us. But they did not do that. They even had one of our players red-carded with their dark arts. That is a kind of play that just makes everyone mad at Arteta. Because there's nothing he's doing at Arsenal. There's nothing, basically nothing. He's not improving the team in any way. When he meets a small team, he's able to boss them. He's able to do everything that he can to win. But when he meets the big boys, people who can read the game, Arsenal is devoid of tactical knowledge. In fact, Arteta cannot provide on-game tactical instructions. All the time we saw the goalkeeping, the corner coach showing on the screen. Why do you need to show this guy? This guy needs to sit at the back of the team. He needs to sit at the back. It means that Arsenal have prioritized corners, and that is not an Arsenal team. Thierry Henry will be mad. People like Vieira, people like Pires, people who used to play ball are not happy with Arsenal at the moment. They are not happy because why would you prioritize dead balls? In fact, the goal also was most of a dead ball goal. There was no creativity. There was nothing. A 10-man Manchester United holding Arsenal at the Emirates, that is a red flag. That coach is not taking you anywhere. Because Amorim has only had 6, 7 training sessions, and he's managed to pull one against Arteta, who's developed his team in the last 5 years. 5 years. All he does is bring in defenders and midfielders. Where is the attack? Where is the knowledge to break teams when now it becomes hard? When we were 10 men, in fact, we played even better than when we were 11, because if you look at the first half, that was the worst performance from Manchester United. We were pinned, we were pegged at the back. We could not manage to break out of that peg. But then second half came. We played for some minutes, then Dalot was sent off. But the team improved, the team did better, and against a team like Arsenal. So my question is, where is Arteta taking Arsenal? Where is Arteta taking Arsenal? Yeah? They're out of one cup already, the FA Cup. They are 2-0 down against Newcastle in the CARABAO, in the Carling Cup or CARABAO Cup, whatever they call it, and they're not going to beat Newcastle at home. That Newcastle team is well drilled. That Newcastle team is flying at the moment. Isak is flying. That is the kind of striker that Arsenal should be having. But who is Arteta? Yeah? He brings in Merino, who cannot tackle, who cannot pass, who cannot run, cannot defend, cannot do anything. I've watched Arsenal matches. This guy Merino, every time he plays, Arsenal struggles. And I don't know why the coach keeps playing him. Yeah? Why would you play Merino and you have people like Declan Rice? It means that Arteta undermined Manchester United. He thought this is going to be an easy game. There's no easy game when it comes to Ruben Amorim. This is a master tactician. This is a guy who can make changes. This is a guy who can, motivate players. He can make them play better. Yeah? Arteta cannot do that. All he does is worry about corners, dead balls, long balls. When you have 55 touches in your opponent's box, you should be doing something with it. When you have 12 corners, you should be doing something with it. When you have 70% possession, you should be doing something with it. That is exactly what Arsenal could not do. Now they believe that they used to say Bruno is not better than Odegaard. Bruno showed you. Odegaard had a chance to win for you this game. But as a captain of his country, a captain of his club, he did not score his goal. A penalty, 6 yard. I will bury that. Any monument, I will bury that and bury it deep into the net. But Odegaard could not do that. He could not do that. Bandir was on top of him, And then the second half, the villain of the match, Kai Havertz. This guy, as much as Arsenal prefer him or Arteta likes him, I don't think he brings anything to the party. Only in games where Arsenal is dominant, that is when Kai Havertz is visible. But when you get a really well-drilled team, he's nowhere. He faked a penalty that was not a penalty. He made Odegaard look bad by missing the penalty. Then he missed his own penalty. So our best player in that pitch was Havertz, because he's the reason why we are in the fourth round of the FA Cup. We welcome Rude and Leicester later in this month for the fourth round, and that is gonna be a beautiful game. There's no going back now at this moment. As defending champions, we are going all the way to ensure that we defend this cup. So, Arsenal and your board, if you are serious about football, because the Champions League, you can't win it. It's not in your DNA. It's not in your DNA. In fact, if Nottingham Forest was in the Champions League, we'll be worried, because these are teams that knows how to win the Champions League. So you're not winning the Champions League. You're not beating Newcastle. You're not winning the league, because Liverpool is already running away with it. In fact, even in time, Forest will be on top of you. So the question is, why do you need this coach? Because he's reached a ceiling that he can't break. And that is why Arteta needs to go. Bring him Sam Allardyce, bring in Tony Pulis. These are people who know how to use dead ball if that is the way Arsenal wants to play. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed to the channel, take a minute, take a click, just a click. Click on that subscribe button. Give me a like, give me a comment, share, and let's play football a better way.